Katie, and today I'm going to be talking about senior year and just giving you guys advice. And this was requested by Megan B. And if you have any video requests that you want to see from me, leave them down below because I would love to hear them. And if you have any questions about high school, leave them down below. I might be doing like a general high school video, like a high school advice video, or beginning high school. If you have any questions about high school, just leave them down below because I would love to answer them in that video if I do end up doing it. So senior year advice, I would definitely advise you to hang out with your friends as much as possible. You know, pick out the ones that you know that will be your lifelong friends, that you just love and care about the most, because the odds are that you're probably not going to go to you're probably not going to go to college with them. You're probably not going to see them that much during the fall, you know, when you're in college too, or you know, whatever the case is. So definitely hang out with them as much as possible. So my second tip is going to the events that you didn't really go to before senior year, like if you didn't go to homecoming or prom or any sporting events. But you want to make sure that you get the full high school experience and you know, you won't regret it when you're older, like, oh no, I never went to prom, blah, blah, you know, whatever the case is. So definitely go. My third tip is to definitely take pictures. You know, these are memories that you don't want to forget. And just, I don't know, pictures are a really good thing. I don't know, I love pictures. I love photography. So whenever I get a chance, I'm like, okay, pictures, blah, blah, blah. Like my group knows if we hang out, there's going to be at least one picture that we take that night. Because, you know, this is it. That's it. So definitely recommend taking pictures. And I'm sure, you know, nowadays, like, people are really into pictures. So everyone has iPhones. It's not that hard. Or at least smartphones that, you know, you take pictures with. So it's not really hard to take pictures anymore. So definitely take pictures. You will regret it if you don't. Or you're just gonna forget the memories, whichever one. I don't really know. So moving on into like the school topic of this video, definitely apply for college early because it's just gonna, you know, give you a higher chance into getting in. I recommend if you know you want to go to this one school, maybe like, you know, that you qualify, not like a super high school. Don't apply for like University of Florida and that's your only school that you applied and you have like a 3.0 GPA. That's probably not gonna work. So for me, I applied early and then I applied like first pick early too. So I think first pick means that you're gonna pick that school. If they like accept you, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm definitely going to that school. I'm pretty sure that's the way it goes. But I know when I got my acceptance letter, it's like you cannot apply to any more colleges, blah, 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 something like that. So I was definitely like stuck to that college if, you know, if I didn't apply to another college. I think that's how it goes. I'm not really sure, so don't quote me on that. So I definitely recommend applying early. And I don't know if this is a private school thing. My school was really big into like applying early. I know some people from public school applied really late, like not really late, but they applied like December and I was like, oh my gosh, I applied like September or like August or something. Applying early is good too because you like have time to write essays. If you started writing essays in the summer, you know, compared to like writing essays when it's like when school is finally kicking in and you have other research papers or essays or whatever your school does, just so you know, it's not like piled upon that. I know some universities don't have essays. I know this one in my town, I don't think they do essays. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe someone else doesn't. I don't really know. But my college, even me applying early and like stuff like that, I had to write an essay. But I don't think that was like a main thing of like, you know, getting applied. Definitely make sure your essay's good. I went to my old English teacher and got it like read, and then I went to my guidance counselor. I was like, hey, does this sound good? And then she was like, oh, you should change this. Then I went back, blah, blah, blah. And so, you know, I kind of perfected it. It wasn't like major essay. It was only like a page, I think it had to be. Or something like that. It had like a certain number of letters. I don't know. So I definitely advise you to applying early. Taking SATs and ACTs early is really good as well because if you want scholarships, you know, you have to be at that point for SATs and ACTs and your GPA as well. So if you're like me and I'm not good at standardized tests whatsoever, so I advise you, if you're bad at those two, take a course. I was like, nah, I got this. I can just take it a few times. I got this, Dad. Don't worry. I'm gonna get the scholarship. No big deal. I got it. Well, I should have taken the course. I really should have. Like, oh my gosh, I really regret it. So I advise you to taking the course because I didn't get the scholarship. I didn't get Florida Bright Futures because I couldn't get my SAT and ACT scores up there. My GPA is fine. Don't worry about that. Like, you know, my grades are great. I'm just horrible. Like, horrible on standardized tests. I advise you to taking a course if you're not good at it, or if you just, want to get up to like a few more scores, or not scores, points or whatever. I know my friends did really well on SATs because they took a course, like they went up like a couple hundred points or, whatever the deal is. So with you taking the SATs and ACTs early, and then I advise you to taking the SATs and ACTs probably like second quarter junior year, just so like, you get used to it or whatever. And then if you get those, get the score that you need for like your college, your scholarship or whatever, and like you're good to go, then that's good. So you don't have to be worrying your senior year. And just, it's awful, like going there on Saturday morning. I would have to drive 45 minutes to my school because it's in another town, because I do better at my school. So I would recommend applying for scholarships early, just so you like you're qualified and stuff. And I think it takes a little while to like get you registered. I don't really know. My counselor said to apply early. I think you have to wait till like January to apply, but she said don't apply later than like March something, like the end of March or something like that. So I definitely recommend doing that. I don't really know if it works or not. I didn't get the Florida Bright Future, so I have no idea. So definitely look into that and see what your guidance counselor recommends. Another thing is, don't slack. I know it's hard. I know you're like, okay, I got accepted, no big deal. Like, they can't reject me. They can reject you. I don't really know if I know anyone that got rejected from like their school or whatever, but you have to do well because they do look at second quarter grades. At my school, I know that you do not want to slack off second quarter, because to not take finals, like there's a way to not take finals if you didn't know this for seniors. I don't know at every school, I don't know if your school's weird or not. At my school, there's a way to not take finals, which is really helpful. So at my school, your second quarter average for that class has to be an A. And you can only miss 3 days of that class, so I only had to take 3 finals, which really isn't bad. I highly recommend trying to not take finals. But like I said, I know rules are different at, other schools. I don't know what goes on at your school, but that's the rules at my school. So the last advice I have is to have fun and don't get overwhelmed. I know it's hard just, managing everything, and then if you have a job, it's hard. I know my friend had a panic attack. So definitely try to manage everything and enjoy senior year, because, this is it. Like, that's it. You're done with high school. After, you graduate, you're done. And it goes by really quickly. Like, extremely quickly. Like, my friend Gary told me, to enjoy senior year, and it's gonna go by so quickly, and, hang out with your friends and all this stuff. And I was like, I got time. It's a whole year. Like, a whole year. I got this. It went by so quickly, and I cannot believe that I'm starting college in like a week or 2. I moved in 12 days, which is really crazy, and I cannot believe I'm like done with high school. It's still kind of in my brain that I didn't graduate yet, kind of, So that's all the advice I have today, and I hope this helps you. I hope this wasn't too obvious, and I hope you have a good senior year. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for future content, and I will talk to you guys later. I really do hope this helps. I'm sorry if it was obvious. I hope this wasn't like the usual advice. So I'll talk to you guys later, and have a good day. Bye guys!